Morning. A light on the subject? You know, while I was out in the morning at 0 dark 30 hours, thinking about how I would speak today, various ways went through my mind as to how I would start. One was, well, maybe I'll start with a story, and maybe not so. Maybe I'll talk about what I believe in. Probably not a good idea. Maybe I'll just, like a fireside chat. And then I realized what I ought to do is simply keep this presentation simple. My mission is to communicate clearly. And so I want to break this up into 3 pieces. It'll talk into 3 pieces. First part, a moment to celebrate. Second part, a word of caution. Third part, the challenge. All right, the moment to celebrate. We just looked at our August financials, and in the letter that was posted about a week and a half ago, I noted that at the end of the summer, which is usually a very challenging time for us, we were in the best financial condition I can remember, period. Pledge income is above plan. The people who are responsible for being good stewards of all the money you give them, the expenses that they control were below plan. And thanks to everyone for where we are today. Just keep it up. Now the word of caution. The first budget that was adopted by the vestry for 2020 was indeed balanced, but it included a number of cuts, both in personnel and services. Then the pandemic occurred, and we changed the way we provide our services and the way, frankly, we conduct our services. And shortly after that happened, if you all recall, there was a program called the Protection Plan, the PPE loan plan, payroll protection plan. And we submitted a request for that loan, turned down first time, got it the second time, for $66,192. The vestry then took a look at the budget mid-year and said, okay, with that loan and with the revenues that were coming in, we could still have a balanced budget, but it did not include any of the cuts that were in the first budget. Now, there is a bit of a challenge here because the cuts that were filled, the shortfalls in revenue that were filled by the PPP loan, basically pledge income, other income contributions, and plate, the non-pledge, the plate, and the other contributions total about $66,000 a year. So the loan filled that gap. And so we were actually in fairly good shape, and as long as we stay the course, we should be fine for the rest of the year. But now the challenge. There will be no PPP loan program next year. To stand still, we are going to have to fill a $66,000 gap, just to stand still. So the challenge before us is looking at our giving pattern from last year, and I think on the screen you will see a chart that was just like last year's. It shows the breakdown of congregational giving by category. $200 and up per week, $150, $75, etc. We took a look at the giving patterns of the parish. Now, not just the pledges. We looked at the pledge people who pledged. We took a look at all the people who were given the survey in the search for the rector. We cross-referenced those. Then we took a look at all the data with respect to everyone who was given and cross-referenced that. Came up with 152 families who have given during the course of the last 12 months. Okay? So we took those givings, reduced them to weekly givings, and then put them against the 200 and up, 150, et cetera. 7 households at 200 and up. Most of the giving pattern is within $75 to about $20 a week. Okay? And then we thought about this. My colleague, with whom I've lived for 51 years, and I chatted about this. We talked about it a lot. And there are several ways to take a look at this. Probably the most aggressive, although I'll tell you the real most aggressive is, you can look at this and say, I'm going to jump up 2 steps, but that is not the program. It's the step up program. Okay, within those rules, let's look at how you step up. 3 ways. One is, wherever I am in my $50 to $74.99 category, I'm going to jump up to the top of the next one. So I'm going to give $99 a week. That's one way to look at it. Relatively aggressive, more than happy if someone does that. But we set that one aside after a robust discussion. Okay, the next one is, well, as one of these categories, you look at one of these categories and you say, well, my ranking in that category is someplace. I'm either the bottom, the middle, the top. Let's just maintain my position in that step and go up a step. And okay, did that. Then you could take it another way and say, okay, wherever I am in this category, in this step, I'm just going to up the bottom of the next step up. So those are the bookends, right? So we crunch some numbers, as we are wont to do from time to time, to maintain our position, my position in the ranking, in the step, by going up one step. If everybody did that, all 152 folks, that would generate $133,356.27. Now, if I just stepped up to the bottom of the next step, we would generate $63,564. Not bad. So, and then you could obviously go to the top of the step. We didn't crunch that number because of the robust discussion we had. Under any circumstance, that frames your thinking. That hopefully is helpful to you because this is all your decision. In order, like I said earlier, in order to just stand still, we have a $66,000 gap just to stand still next year in 2021. And to close, I never ask anyone to do anything that I would not do myself. So I'm telling you right now, right here, that Susan and I are going to increase our pledge by $2,000 next year. Whatever you can do to increase your pledge would be deeply appreciated. Thank you.
DJ, give them the numbers.
What? You would like me to give them the numbers? I sure would. The boss over here says to give the numbers. I will. So where we stand right now, the 152 households that have given, $200 and up, 7 households. And I think this is on your screen. It should be at least. 150 to 199.99. I'll drop the 99s later. 3 households. 100 to 149 a week. 11 households. $75 to $99 a week. 9 households. $50 to 74. 15 households. 40 to 49. 11 households. 30 to 39. 11 households. 20 to 29. 14 households. 10 to 19, 21 households, 5 to 10, 5 to 9, 99, 14 households, 1 cent to 4.99, 19 households at 0.17. All right, thank you, everyone.